My name is Greg Reeves, and I'm a former corrections officer who became an inmate. I often said any day I could change uniforms, but I never thought it would actually happen. Imagine you're in your job for 5 years, and you finally get to the position you strive for. You have a beautiful family, 2 gorgeous, intelligent, funny little girls. You couldn't be happier. Then you receive a phone call that takes it all away. That is what happened to me. I was angry. I was angry at the judge who greeted the news cameras and told them to tell Dick Goddard hello. And then he said I was the most dangerous man in the courtroom, filled with sheriff's deputies, armed sheriff's deputies. And then he sentenced me to the maximum sentence of 5 to 10 years. I was angry. I was angry at my attorney, who I cashed out my 401k to pay, and he told me I would get 3 years. And I thought to myself, I could have gotten the max for free. But most of all, I was angry with myself. I couldn't find a better way to protect my family. I wasn't an angel, but aiding in the escape of a inmate was not who I was either. This man was not my friend or a family member. He did not pay me a dime. What he was a convicted murderer connected to gangs and also a well-known heroin dealer. It didn't take much for me to believe that the threats that were made could be carried out. I didn't feel I could go to my superiors because it felt like they knew. This man called my house. This man sent a car to my house. I didn't give him my phone number or my address. Phones in the jail are cut off at 8 p.m. He called me after 10. How? I was angry I would have to leave my babies who were 6 and 3 and didn't know how many years of their lives I would miss. I was angry I broke my mother's heart again. And she, of all people, did not deserve heartbreak. I can still remember being in Lorraine Correctional Institution in a room that made me think of a slave ship with some 30-odd other nude men. And the elderly gentleman looked to me and he said, "It's a done deal, don't little bruh? It's a done deal." He reminded me that this was not a nightmare, but reality. My freedom was gone.
where you gonna run to, sinner man? Oh, sinner man, where you gonna run to? All on that day, well, I run to the rock. I said, rock, hide me, I run to the rock. I said, rock, hide me, I run to the rock. I said, rock, hide me, hold on that day. So the rock cried out, no, I ain't gonna hide you. The rock cried out, no, I ain't gonna hide you. The rock cried out, no, I ain't gonna hide you, girl. Hold on that day. I said, rock, what's the matter with you, rock? Don't you see me down here praying? Oh, Lord, Lord, hold on that day. So I run to the river. It was bleeding. I run to the sea. It was bleeding. I run to the sea. It was bleeding. Hold on that day. So I run to the river. It was falling. I run to the sea. It was falling. I run to the sea. It was falling. Hold on that day. So I run to the Lord. Please help me, Lord. Don't you see me praying? Oh, Lord, Lord. Hold on that day. But the Lord said, you go to the devil. The Lord said, you go to the devil. The Lord said, you go to the devil. Hold on that day. So I ran to the devil. He was waiting. I ran to the devil. He was waiting. I ran to the devil. He was waiting. Hold on that day. I cried power. I cried power. I
One thing people on the inside don't talk about to people on the outside is that fear of losing a loved one while incarcerated. You always feel like there's something you could have done to prevent that death had you not been incarcerated. In 1998, I called home one Saturday, as I did every Saturday, to talk to my daughters, and my brother's fiance answered the phone. She said everyone was over Big Daddy Nathaniel's house, which is strange to me because nobody called it that. We said Big Ma Hayes' house. And she said, don't you know? Your mother called the prison on Thursday. I had no idea what she was talking about until she explained to me that my grandmother passed Thursday. My sister was visiting from California, was doing her hair, and she had a brain aneurysm. That Sunday, the prison chaplain came to me with news that I already knew. And he said, well, you know you can't go to the funeral because we don't consider grandparents immediate family. I said, I can't go to the funeral because it was yesterday. And I've never went to the chapel again. But I never lost my faith either. Five years later, I was released from Grafton Correctional Institution. My wonderful mother brought me new clothes to wear home, and my best friend drove. I told my mother I didn't want to change, I just want to leave. And I was wondering, were they going to stop us and say they made a mistake? That it wasn't really my time to leave yet. I didn't talk much, but I thought a lot. I thought about how all this happened, how happy I was to be free, and how I couldn't wait to see my babies who had now become princesses. Although my great-grandmother passed a month after I was released, things were going pretty well for me. When you're released from prison, every day that goes by that you don't have a job, you lose some of that joy of freedom. Fortunately for me, I got a job at the men's shelter 2 weeks after I got out. Bought a car a few months after that. Verizon approved me for 5 lines. I was incarcerated so long, my credit score improved. One night I told God, this is too easy. I know a storm is coming, but I made a promise I would never turn my back on God again, and no matter the storm, I would keep that promise. September 11, 2002, my mother passed. She was called home. This mama's boy was devastated. I remember the chaplain at my job said, "Do not hate God." And I said, "Why would I hate God? She was his child way before she was my mother." I don't know where those words came from, but they gave me comfort. So much so that I said, this is the worst thing that could ever happen to me. Even if you were to take away one of my children, it wouldn't be worse. It'd be just as bad. I'm not going anywhere, Lord. I will forever praise you and thank you for the time you've given me with my loved ones. I immediately wanted to take those words back. I didn't think those words, I actually said them out loud. December 1st, 2003, my oldest daughter was called home. Devastation is too small a word. I started visiting some old friends, alcohol, weed, cocaine, and crack. I lost my employment and my home. I kept praying to God, but not for strength or understanding, but rather relief. I didn't want to be here anymore. For months, I could hear my daughter's voice saying, "Daddy, Daddy, Daddy." One night, I jumped from my bed and I said, "Baby, please, I love you and I miss you, but Daddy is tired. I need some sleep." And I heard her reply, "Okay, Daddy, get some sleep." And I never heard her voice again.
I really don't feel like talking on the phone, and I really don't feel like company at home. Lately, I don't want to do all the things I used to do, baby. Since I lost you, and I don't want to sing another love song, baby. I don't want to another melody. I don't want to live my life without you, baby. It's driving me crazy. I really don't feel like smiling anymore, and I haven't had the peace to sleep at all. Ever since you went away, baby, my whole life has changed. I don't want to love, and I don't want to live, and I don't want to sing another love song, baby. I don't want to hum another melody. I don't want to live my life without you, baby. It's driving me crazy till I don't want to laugh, I don't want to play, I don't want to talk, I have nothing to say. I don't want to tour, forget the show. How can I go on now that you are gone? I don't want to sing another love song, baby. I don't want to hum another melody. I don't want to live my life without you, baby. It's driving me crazy without you.
Although my faith was still strong, I had to go back to the darkest parts of my life, prison. Not literal prison, but the mindset I had that carried me through those 5 years. In prison, I mostly worked out, prayed, read the Bible, and had conversations with my incarcerated elders. I had conversations with them that to this day still inspire and encourage me. They would remind me how strong I am and how strong I must be to not only survive but thrive. I started doing the same workouts I did on the inside. I was fortunate enough, my old supervisor gave me another opportunity for a job housing homeless people. I prayed even harder. Instead of elderly incarcerated men, I talked to elderly homeless men. Slowly but surely, thoughts of my youngest daughter pulled me from the pits. My estranged father offered me his couch. I found new employment. I kept praying and rebuilding my life. The God I serve would not let me give up. In fact, I don't know what giving up means. My mother was a nurse's aide for 33 years, and and took care of the elderly in her neighborhood after her retirement. She had a heart for service, and that was her purpose. I didn't know my purpose. But now I have 22 years working in nonprofit, 12 years working with the homeless, 4 years working with people with mental and physical disabilities, 3 years working with people with severe mental health and addiction issues, and now my 3rd year working with people with criminal backgrounds and other barriers. I now know I have a heart for service too. I know what my purpose is. I know my loved ones who are not physically here will be proud of me. Last December, I was sworn in as a Cleveland Community Police Commissioner. And now I'm in a position to serve this entire city, the entire city that I love.